Water is the softest and most yielding substance, yet nothing is better than water for overcoming the hard and rigid, because nothing can compete with it. Lao Tzu.
Name straight, new wave. 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 Yeah. 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 Memories. Memories. Memories.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to some more EU CGL action. We've got another game in our EU PC Open tier. It's going to be Nocturn Red versus GG Abyss. And today I am joined by K-Wing. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling incredibly excited here today. We've got round one of the EU PC Open, two of our best teams squaring off today to continue that playoff run. And you can't be more excited than this. I mean, you have Nocturn Red, you have GG Abyss squaring off, and you have that. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it should be a good match. I mean, I was able to cast Nocturn Red in their upper bracket match against White Boy Primal, where they promptly got smacked. Here's Nocturn Red, though. Our lineup today is going to be Opa and Suleiman on the DPS, Lazy on the tank, and Deep and Rodri holding it down in the back line. I mean, yeah, they had their moments when they were playing White Boy Primal, but White Boy Primal, they're just a really strong team here in our PC Open tier in the EU. I mean, one of the favorites to take the tournament as a whole. So if it's going to be a championship for Nocturne Red, it's going to have to come through the losers bracket. And it's going to be the same for their challengers here today on the side of GG Abyss.
Yeah, for GG Abyss, they had a tough time to even get here. But they lost 3-0 to Alternate United and got dropped down to the losers bracket. So this is a lower bracket round one. So both of these teams, even if they win, have a gauntlet ahead of them. I mean, you're talking 6 rounds to get to grand finals.
Yeah, it's going to be brutal, but we see GG Abyss's lineup here. Alex, Finception, RFN, and the rest. So it should be a decent match. I mean, these two teams, you know, not the best regular seasons coming into the postseason. But, you know, it's the playoffs, right? It doesn't matter what happened in the regular season. The playoffs are where magic can happen, and if magic is going to start for one of these teams through the lower bracket, it's going to start on Lijiang Tower.
That it is, and both these teams with a first to 3 right now, so we're talking a best of 5, but with that first to 3, with that best of 5, this first map is so incredibly important. This control can set the tone coming in. So for both these teams, let's see what they're bringing out as we see a Bastion shown on the side of Nocturne Red, but that could all change in the next 20 seconds.
This is kind of what I expect from Nocturne Red, the traditional rush, right? With the Bastion, the Mei. GG Abyss is coming out with something a little more creative, the Wrecking Ball, Pharah Mercy comp. Oh, okay, yeah, you were 100% right about Nocturne Red, you know, not holding on their comp. But we'll see. These opposing dive compositions are going to clash here on Lijiang Garden. It looks like Deep is already in there, and Suleiman's able to take down Alex early. So a great pick in that early Tracer 1v1. So GG Abyss already down a player. Doesn't look like they're going to even try to get the res off here. Nowhere to TP for BMO, unfortunately. Lazy following up on Suleiman's dive. That will be Nocturne Red taking the first fight and the first flip, but not without casualty.
Yeah, and that's the thing with GG Abyss is that they lost their very fast characters, so they could take a really quick re-engage. And I am looking at this Pharah. I'm looking at Finception because they could be the X factor coming in for GG Abyss, and they need to perform well if they're going to help their team win.
Wait, Rodri doesn't live that, right? Ooh. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that they're able to kill Gold-Blooded before Rodri goes down. Finception, very low, but has to rely on BMO, who is also a little bit worse for wear and sent careening off the map. Finception follows, but Alex is not willing to give this away easily. Still trying to find these late picks in the fight. Finally, you get your Mercy back. You get back into the fight. Still trying to put Lazy into the dirt. Has to use the recall a little more early than they would have wanted to. The minefield did come out from Golvmop, and Alex eventually falls. BMO follows, and I mean, the Sniper Monkey is here to take down Goldblooded.
GG Abyss took a really long time, fought to the last man, and that can be advantageous if you get something out of it, but now they're just staggering themselves in, and it's not looking good, especially losing Finception that late. And where you're coming up to ults, Nocturne Red, 4 ults on the board, coming up on that 5th. GG Abyss with no defensive ultimates are going to struggle hard, so they need this Pulse Bomb to come up big for them, otherwise it's all going to be for naught.
Yeah, but Alex can't go down first here, does not have that recall, not able to hit the Pulse Bomb, but Rodri does go down in the end, but Opie and Suleiman have already gone to work, taking down BMO. Gold-Blooded has the Valkyrie up, but is so low, and Goldmuffin is able to roll through Opie. Alex hurting bad, but gets zapped down by Lazy, who pops the Primal Rage, gets onto the point. Deep does go down, the Pulse Bomb onto Goldmuffin comes out. GG Abyss is gonna get a flip, and if I'm Nocturne Red, they use Nano Boost, and the Barrage comes out and takes down Opie and Rodri. So a great fight there for GG Abyss, forcing out Nocturne Red's ults.
Yeah, that's as great of a fight as you could ask for from GG Abyss. You get out every single ult, win the fight, and you get these staggers rolling through as well. Now it's just Opa on that Sojourn with the ult, and you're coming up to some of your important ultimates, like the Minefield, like the Pulse Bomb, and you use a really cheap fight. GG Abyss are not out of this round just yet.
Yeah, getting in here, but they do have a wall to climb here. 99% for Nocturne Red, but Lazy is taking so much damage. You know, a little bit less healing without the Ana going over, but it doesn't matter because Deep is willing to go in and get the kills, taking down Alex and the Sniper Monkey from the sky, with Lazy gonna take down both supports. The Minefield comes out, but Lazy doesn't care. He's already on the point. Suleiman is able to drop Golvmop, and Alex has to use the recall early, does not have the resources anymore, and that will be it for Gardens Nocturne Red, 100-57.
And you really have to give it to Nocturne Red's tank there. You have to give it to Alex, because even before that last fight, or pardon, not Alex, to Lazy, Alex is on GG Abyss, you have to give it to Lazy. Nocturne Red had Lazy appearing in that kill feed every single time. Even when the fight seemed lost, Lazy was the one picking up late staggers, picking up something to give them hope in a re-engage. So I think seeing Lazy on the Reinhardt makes me very excited, so I'm really interested to see how this Bastion May comp is going to play for Nocturne.
Yeah, this is what I saw them on last week, is this Reinhardt composition that we also are going to see from GG Abyss. The only difference being the Symmetra, and the only other difference is that Gold-Blooded has gone down, and the rest of GG Abyss follows swiftly, and Finception, not much hope to get out there.
And that was a huge first pick from Rodri, taking out Gold-Blooded on the Mercy now, Gold-Blooded. We're going into a pure dive composition. GG Abyss saying, it did well on map 1, so maybe can do well here, but with Nocturne Red already set up on the point, they're going to have such a hard time jumping in onto someone, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
Deep is so aggressive. I mean, dueling a Tracer, and now Deep is trying to duel Finception in the sky. Alex is going to switch over to the Sombra here, and Finception getting a little low, but does have Gold-Blooded there to help keep that Echo topped up. The Virus is out onto Opa, but that Immortality field is a little more than the virus can handle. They are able to take down Opa, but not before Finception loses the fight there. I mean, Goldmoppin, sorry, has to get through that Mega, but you know, not much of an opportunity here for GG Abyss as Nocturne continues to dominate.
Yeah, Nocturne, especially with this Reinhardt composition, it's just impossible to dive. I think the only thing for GG Abyss is they need to use their ult smart. This was the turning point for them round 1. It needs to be the turning point for them round 2 as well. They need Finception with this Echo. They need a good ult, and if it draws out the beat, that's what's important. That sound barrier from deep, from Nocturne Red, is what is their biggest ult, and they need to draw it out early. But they can't.
I mean, Valkyrie comes out, the window comes out, but it's just too little too late for GG Abyss.
Oh?
I mean, Gold-blooded, okay, BMO is able to take down Deep, but I do think that's probably going to be it for Lijiang Tower. BMO is on the side, EMP comes out, but Alex...
They canceled the Blizzard!
And what, they canceled the Shatter! Finception just completely ignored the Shatter! And the Minefield is able to take down Lazy. Goldmoppin happy to get these kills, and Finception is able to take down Rodri in the back, and a perfectly timed duplicate gets out the Shatter, and they used 4 ultimates there. They thought they had it.
But GG Abyss use all 5. It's completely reset to 0 now, but GG Abyss have a new chance at life through some incredible play from their DPS. Oh no, Gold-blooded caught out.
Yeah, that's the risk you play. Risk you run when you play Mercy, and you know, get caught out midair right there, and without the Mercy, without your Kiriko, you're going to just fall so quickly. And I mean, Goldmoppin is going to be able to get a quick touch, but with Opa on the Bastion, it's going to be a tall task here, as that is going to be it. Nocturne Red takes Lijiang Tower and goes up 1-0 in our series here.
And this is showing us just the compositional differences between these two teams. We've seen Nocturne Red play an incredibly good rush composition. It's the comp they prefer. It's the comp they're comfortable on. It's the comp we saw them on during round 1 of the upper bracket. But now they're facing up against a team who seems like they're a bit lost against it. And really what that comes down to is the Lucio play. And that first fight where we saw the Rush versus Rush was immediately decided by a pickoff onto the Lucio. And that got a switch to a dive composition that was going to always struggle against this backline. Against the Lucio Baptiste backline, there is so much sustain, so much healing. Every single thing in both of those characters' kits is meant to make them almost impossible to dive. If you're a Wrecking Ball, you slam onto a Baptiste, it exo boots away. If you're a Wrecking Ball and you slam onto a Lucio, you've just gotten him up 10 feet so he can start wall riding away. So what it comes down to is, can you pick a map that's going to favor the dive, to favor that Wrecking Ball composition? And I believe they have here with the Hollywood pick.
Yeah, so like you said, we're going to be looking at our next map here, which I believe is Hollywood. So our next map is going to be Hollywood. And I mean, GG Abyss, I mean, they made plays, but only when they had, 4 or 5 ultimates to use. But even during the neutral fights on both of those maps, it kind of felt like Nocturne Red had at least one player popping off every single fight, whether it was Lazy, whether it was Deep on the Lucio, whether it was Sully on the Mei or the Tracer. I mean, everybody from the side of Nocturne Red just kind of felt like they had their moment. And I didn't see that from GG Abyss, right? So moving forward into Hollywood, your map pick, How are you going to change it up? I'm kind of expecting, you know, they like the wrecking ball. That is kind of their bread and butter. But you know, if it doesn't work and you start getting pushed over, I would like to maybe see something different, right? Like I like the Sigma right now. Sigma's probably the strongest tank at the moment. But I guess we'll see what these teams are going to come out on in just a few seconds.
Yeah, and looking at this map, very important to keep it possible for GG Abyss. And it looks like we're both going to see the Winston, at least Nocturn Red, showing the Winston. I'm interested on that, just because maybe point Bravo, it's incredibly strong, but I could see you running something different on this first capture point. I'm not too sure exactly the reason for that, but it is pretty strong with that high ground and with the ability to take control. So I like the Genji from Inception. I like the Nano Blade potential. I like its neutral game. Maybe it can strengthen GG Abyss in that neutral where they've seemed to struggle, because their ult fights have been amazing and they have shown a great understanding of when, where, and how to use the ults, and they've laughed Nocturne. But now they got to prove themselves in the neutral.
And Sully, man, you know, sitting down on one knee behind the side of GG Abyss, looking to try and get that early pick. The dive comes out from Golvmop and not quite gonna find anything just yet. But Sully, man, following up on a beautiful anti-grenade from Rodri, gonna take down BMO here. So a great first pick for the side of Nocturne Red. The teamwork just continues to show out right here for this team.
And I think you saw the difference in the use of the nade from BMO and from Rodri. BMO's nade pretty much only landed onto goalie, and Rodri's nade landed onto the backline and allowed Sully to get that kill. So the Ana really showing their differences as Finn nearly getting taken down and gonna get jumped right on top of.
That was a colossal dynamite there from Opa, but and then followed up right on immediately by Lazy, who on this Winston has just absolutely dominated, and they're gonna be more than happy to stagger out BMO here. I mean, what was that, a 7-8 second stagger? That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and right now, this dive and this coordination is so much stronger from Nocturne Red than it's been from GG Abyss. GG Abyss, it just seems like the Winston will jump in and maybe a few people will jump in as well. But Nocturne Red, they pick a target and they stick to that target until they are in the kill feed one way or the other. So I really want to see that coordinated dive that's coming in right now.
Yeah, and you know, this is the coordinated dive that you want to see from GG Abyss, but it's going to be a trade of honest here. Golvmoppin was antied up before Rodri was killed, so no healing for the Winston, and a great retake fight here for Nocturne Red despite losing their Ana early.
Yeah, and 2 ults come out from GG Abyss, and you get 2 ults from Nocturne, but I really don't like that you use the duplicate from Alex versus the pulse bomb from Sully. The duplicate is such an important ultimate, and the nano as well. It looks like he's switching onto the Kiriko for BMO, because BMO's really struggling against this dive, and Alex already gets taken out. Oh, this
What
is
was
good,
Alex
Fletch.
doing there? That I just don't understand the plan, just sitting in no man's land without your team. So without their Echo again, I mean, GG Abyss is going to have to play super safe, and Lazy's going to get out. They're just waiting for Alex to come back, and they're going to use the rally. The Dragon Blade comes out, and it's a great rally for a time before Deep does get cut down. Goldmoppin also popping their Primal Rage. Bob, though, going to work. Goldmoppin, though, the backhands from the Winston are going to be good. Lazy has returned, but it's just a brief stay. Immediately touching the ground and getting back out, but that should be a going to GG Abyss. But Finception has gone down, and Lazy is in there once again. I mean, GG Abyss, they haven't been able to secure it. Alex goes down to Soliman. Rodri does end up falling, but with only 11 seconds left, I don't know if GG Abyss is going to be able to, retake here, as Golvmoppin is so low, doesn't have the get out of jail free card that is the Primal Rage, goes down. Alex has the duplicate, pops it, gonna go to the Brig, but it's not gonna be enough. The full hold comes out for Nocturne Red, as it will be Gold-Blooded that goes down, and BMO will follow. That should be it. Nocturne Red holding strong here. A great retake.
That was an incredible retake from Nocturne Red, and for GG Abyss, heartbreaking. Completely heartbreaking. Nocturne Red played so well with staggering out, just getting that exact time. I mean, you talked about it with Lazy jumping in, stalling out the point for just a moment, and then jumping out, not using too much of their HP, but just getting a little inch of time for Nocturne Red to breathe, to set up, and to push forward without having to just completely blunder onto the point. For GG Abyss, this is a Herculean ask for them, because they have been struggling for the entire map to get even a moment of to get anything going. And for Nocturne Red, they are just one fight away from going to match point.
I mean, it just seems like GG Abyss can't handle the unbridled aggression that Nocturne Red is playing with right now. They're mad that they're in the losers bracket, right? So, I mean, the salty run back is a thing that exists for a reason, right? So, Nocturne Red trying to show out that, hey, we might have lost in round 1, but we're not gonna go out very, very easily, as it's going to be a Sojourn and a Genji this time for the side of Nocturne Red. Finception trying to put these pulse pistols to work, but Soliman starts it off. Golvmoppin goes down. BMO goes down. Soliman cutting through the opposition with relative ease. Finception is so low and so dead, and that should be it.
I mean, that's one fight. That's it for GG Abyss. An incredible anti-nade from Rodri.
Okay,
and you'll see some staggers come in from GG Abyss, but it's just not going to be the same as what we saw from Nocturne Red.
Yeah, I mean, the staggers are going to come through, but that's it. Nocturne Red takes Hollywood. They move to match point, and they are looking scary in this match right now. I mean, it just seems like GG Abyss can't even breathe without Nocturne Red finding a pick.
No, and with just such an incredible team effort as well. I mean, you talk about the individual performance, you talk about the coordination, but I feel like this hasn't just been one individual player popping off. I mean, Lazy has been doing amazing, but you had some incredible Genji play. You've had some really great Ana play that have been finding great anti-nades that have allowed a lot of those opening picks to happen and to break open an attack or a defense. So now, up 2-0, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to get into that final map. But, I mean, let's have a little chat, because this is quite the difference that we've been seeing so far. Do we think that GG Abyss can come back?
I mean, it's looking pretty grim, right? I mean, GG Abyss, like we said, haven't had the greatest season, right? And I don't want to tear into any of the players individually, but I mean, it could be that, Nocturne Red, they're just like today especially, they're playing like they're an Overwatch League contender to win everything, right? I mean, they're mad, and they don't want to go out with a whimper. If they're gonna go out, they want to go out with a bang, right? And they're putting on a clinic right now in this match. So I guess going into Flashpoint, it's gonna be up to GG Abyss, change something up, or find the synergy that Nocturne Red has been playing with all series, or it will be over, right? But we're gonna have to wait for that. Paltry 5 minutes, right? So we're gonna cut it to a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to see if GG Abyss can bring it back from the brink.
Inside here, you get an insight and you know something, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
Got lots of love. 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 Got lots of love.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got I mean, it's a bit of a blowout, unfortunately, here. Nocturn Red kind of dominating thus far in this series, but, you know, we've got a bit of a swing map potentially coming up, as Flashpoint tends to be. It's going to be Saravasa coming in for map 4. Usually, if a team that is getting outplayed is going to find some footing, it'll be on Flashpoint here recently that I've noticed. So I don't want to promise anything, but hopefully GG Abyss can, you know, find some way to bring it back from the brink.
Yeah, I think that in what could be their last map of the season, there is no better time to bring out something new, something unexpected, and to really show your power, to really show exactly what you've got. And Saravasa might just be the place to do it. Nocturn Red, one map away from moving on in the playoffs and keeping themselves alive, and GG Abyss backs against the wall in the corner. Can they dig themselves out? Alex is on the Junker Queen.
That's interesting, I guess. I guess we'll see how this goes as they come out on basically Jotes without the Brig. And it's going to be the exact same thing for Nocturne Red. So, you know, speed is incredibly valuable on Flashpoint. And so we're seeing a perfect mirror here for both teams. So, you know, this is going to be entirely a skill matchup here. So we'll see if GG Abyss can bring it. As we oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm interested on the Junker Queen. I'm interested at that roll swap.
Yeah, I mean, it could work. I mean, you were talking about, you know, potentially bringing out something new and interesting here on Saravasa. And as we get in here on to market, it probably will be Nocturne Red taking this first flip. Nobody getting too aggressive from either side just yet. But here comes the shout from Alex. Opa on the top of this thing in the market. I don't know what it's called, but Sullyman and Opa are going to work already, unfortunately, for GG Abyss. That is going to be a team wipe for Nocturne Red.
Solid work.
Yeah, GG Abyss, they just couldn't find really a target to push onto, and you saw a really great focus onto Cold-Blooded. It's one thing that you always like to watch if you're looking at the health bars, how much external health bars, how many other health bars do you have going down? What a focus on the deep!
Yeah, I mean, Alex just walked right past Lazy. It'll be a trade, unfortunately, for the side of GG Abyss. Golf Moppin did go down, you know, picking up the role of the Sojourn here now for GG Abyss. The Kitsune Rush going to come out from Rodri, but Alex is more than happy to cut Sullyman down. It's going to be another trade, though. Finception for Sullyman. Lazy popping the Rampage, and that's going to be it for Market, as Nocturne Red, you know, they bent, but they didn't break.
Yeah, and some really great play from Lazy. Takes out Alex, and for GG Abyss, they're coming up on some ultimates. That's the only positive you have, that they didn't use any ultimates in that last fight, but for Nocturne Red, they're coming up on some big game-changing ultimates. They're coming up on the Genji Blade. They're coming up on the Sound Barrier. So deep Sound Barrier is really what you want to charge up. It's at 7% in the last few seconds, but you're coming up against some big offensive ultimates on the side of GG Abyss, and here comes the Kitsune Rush.
Kit Rush coming out for GG Abyss. Can they find anything with it? The overclock from Opa is gonna be enough to dissuade them, and Gold-Blooded goes down without using the sound barrier. Unfortunately, Suliman gonna cut down Finception, and it's already looking not quite great for
Rampage?
Nocturne Red. The Rampage comes out, it hits a few, but nothing there to follow up on it. And I mean, Nocturne Red just continue to outplay GG Abyss.
I'm utterly confused here. The Kitsune Rush comes out, and Opa uses the overclock and completely dissuades GG Abyss from pushing in. That Kitsune Rush completely outnumbers the overclock. So I can't imagine why that wasn't used. There's a blade.
It's gonna be Blade Kitsune Rush that it swings so fast in the rush, and that's gonna be Ruins going over to Nocturne Red with very little resistance from GG Abyss, and we're all ready on a match point here on Suravasa, and it looks like it's gonna be Palace. Okay.
Yeah, Palace is potentially the last flashpoint, and it's going to be GG Abyss getting the opportunity to set up on the point. But Nocturne Red, I mean, they're coming up on their Rampage. Gold-Blooded still has this beat, so if Gold-Blooded goes down, it might just be all over for this fight. For GG Abyss, Gold-Blooded needs to stay alive, and already Finn is gone.
Yeah, Opa is continuing to be lethal on this Sojourn, and sorry, excuse me, Gold-Blooded is gonna pop the beat to get that engage, but it's potentially too early. Not potentially too early. It just was too early, and with that, Nocturne Red, they got beat out, but you know, I just don't. I have no more words.
Yeah, it's really tough for GG Abyss. They're coming up on some big ultimates. They're coming up on the Kitsune Rush. The Rampage is about 25% out, but they just feel deflated. They just feel lost. So for Nocturne Red, it might just be finishing the job. As there's the Kitsune Rush, GG Abyss are going to go right in.
And now we're going to see the Rampage out from Lazy. It hits a couple of people, but I mean, it's going to be a decent little fight there. They only use Kitsune Rush from the side of GG Abyss. But, okay, Opie finally receives a knife to the head from BMO, and finally GG Abyss is going to get some percentage rolling.
And they get some percentage rolling, and they have a lot of their ults. They only really use the Kitsune Rush, and they got out the Rampage from Lazy, so this is definitely an opportunity from GG Abyss. We have seen Nocturne Red take those opportunities right from GG Abyss, and it's go time, says Opa.
Yeah, and I mean, Lazy is gonna go down, and I mean, they're gonna win the fight out, and I mean, they're only gonna need one more fight here to take Palace to stay alive, but that was expensive. That was 3 powerful ultimates out from GG Abyss, and now they're gonna get aggressive here and try not to let Nocturne Red through.
Yeah, they have to. They need this last fight. They're going up against the Blade and the Beat, and they have nothing on their side. Gold-Blooded is too far from this Beat unless it comes up incredibly fast, which is very possible, but Suliman has already thrown it out.
Oh my goodness, and Suliman with the presence of mind to go for Gold-Blooded, able to take down the Lucio early, and that's gonna be the fight. The Beat comes out from deep, but you know, more of a recital for deep. They might get one more fight, potentially.
They might, and they might.
I continue on this path.
They might. They also have the Beat. They have the Kitsune Rush. They have the opportunity to keep this going. It needs to be there, though. It needs to be fast. But they're going to just barely, it looks like. They just have to push through. They can't even do it. They have to beat early.
Yeah, Beat comes out from Gold-Blooded to get into the fight. Lazy is so low, as the Kitsune Rush also gonna come out and gulp him up, and is able to take down Opa. He's able to take down Lazy, and they're gonna finally
And-
find some footing here for GG Abyss. They're gonna stay alive here on Surabasa.
Golv and Finn teaming up for a team kill. GG Abyss just right at the last second pull it out. That was really smart, and they're getting into a great ult rotation where they're coming up on the Rampage, the Blade, and the Overclock. They just need a little bit of a slower fight to build these up to get that 10, 20, 30% they need. And they can come at Nocturne Red with overwhelming force. So they just need a moment. They need to delay Nocturne Red.
Here's the Kid Rush. It's gonna hit several people. It hit, I think, 4 people. Rodri was able to get the cleanse off, and despite the Rampage being so big, Rodri with 3! That's a support, by the way.
What a play from Rodri. What a play from Nocturne, knowing that Alex would go for the desperate play and just throwing in that cleanse, throwing in the protection Suzu completely negates the ultimate. Nocturne Red, the shoe is on the other foot as they're coming in with 3 ultimates, almost 4 incredibly powerful ultimates. And Nocturne, they're on the flank.
They're able to take down Rodri early, but Soliman with 2 on the Dragon Blade cuts through GG Abyss. Make that 3 for the man. Can we make it 4? No. Golfmoppin's going to be able to slide out here. But, I mean, they've got GG Abyss on the ropes.
That they do. Now, can they dance? Can they bob and weave around it? They've got the 3 ults, which to do it with. But it's one last fight for Nocturne Red. One big Rampage could be the end of GG Abyss, could send them forward. Here's the Blade.
The Blade comes out, but Golfmoppin is dead. Beat comes out in response to that Dragon Blade, and it gets sheathed immediately. Rampage gonna come out from Lazy, immediately cleansed by BMO, who died out of the Kitsune Rush. That is an unfortunate turn of events for GG Abyss in an already unfortunate match. Alex is able to take it down to Soliman as Golfmoppin has returned with the Overclock, is able to take down Rodri. And it's just Opa left who's able to kill Gold-Blooded. Lazy is so low, below 100 HP. Lazy
takes out AZ.
With 2. Lazy takes down Alex, and it's just Finception left. And that will probably do it. Nocturne Red gonna win the fight, gonna take the flip. They're not done yet. GG Abyss doesn't want to give up. Finception still alive and kicking. Here we see Gold-Blooded has returned. What can they do? BMO goes down. Finception goes down. The Rampage hits 2. Rodri may go down. Alex is able to take down Rodri with the Rampage here.
Lazy?
But it's not enough. Lazy is going to... It'll actually be Opie, and it's going to be Nocturne Red, Seeing Red, moving forward through the loser's bracket.
What a final map from GG Abyss. We said at the start of this that it was pretty one-sided, that it was a bit of a blowout, but they came in, they showed us just how close they could make it, because those last 2 flashpoints were some of the scrappiest Overwatch I've ever seen, but it really worked out for them. They played incredibly desperate. They played incredibly passionate, and it really showed. And they are going to be eliminated. They are going to be out, and that will end their season here. But they really showed that they didn't just... They didn't go out with a whimper, to coin a phrase you used earlier this afternoon. They didn't go out with a whimper. They went out with a bang.
Yeah, and, you know, GG's to GG Abyss. Unfortunately, like you said, that will be the end of their season, but Nocturne Red stays alive here. And I mean, from the side of Nocturne Red, it just felt like a 5-man effort, right? Everybody had their role and everybody played it to perfection. We'll get a look at our 3 maps and how we got to the end here. Nocturne Red winning 3-0, of course. I mean, it just felt like everybody played their role perfectly. Lazy on the tank. dominating whatever tank they were playing, whether it was the Reinhardt, the Winston, the Junker Queen, right? Every tank looked so good for Lazy, Soliman, and Opa on the DPS. I mean, they just felt unstoppable. And then Rodri and Deep, I mean, they were basically 2 more DPS with the capabilities to heal, right? I mean, they found a lot of picks, and especially on Lijiang Tower with Deep in particular, taking those 1v1 duels in the back line of GG Abyss. So Nocturne Red, they're not done yet. They're going to be a scary team, hopefully, moving forward for any team to come up against in this lower bracket.
They will absolutely be one of the scariest teams in that lower bracket. So any of you teams in the upper bracket, I'd keep on winning because you don't want a run-in with Nocturne Red. And, I mean, that's going to be it for us here, Fletch. Going to be the end of it, a quick 3-0 from Nocturne. GG Abyss getting knocked out of the bracket, out of the tournament. That's it for them, but... I mean, still an exciting game of Overwatch, nonetheless. So
yeah, I'm happy it ended the way it did. Right?
Same.
It was. I was a little sad for GG Abyss in those first 2 maps, but you know they really pulled it together, and I'm happy for them. And I wish them the best of luck in whatever endeavors they have in Overwatch in the future. Right?
Completely. Well, I think it's time that we head out. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to our producer, Rhino, and our observer, Little Joe. And thank you to the players and the teams for really showing some incredible Overwatch, for showing us the highest echelon in the PC Open division. That's it from us. If you don't want to miss a single moment of CGL, make sure you hit that heart button and you hit the bell so that you never miss a moment of the action. We've got so much more going on for you today. It seems, in fact, as I look, we do have another game going on, I believe, on CGL 2. Might be going on right now, or it will be happening very shortly. So, not a moment to rest. There's still some time left, so we will see you very shortly. And with some more CGL action with some new casters. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you around.